All right, hello. Matt, the mortgage guy here. Today's video, I'm going to tell you the ugly truth about the housing market in 2021. It's ugly, it's hard, but it's the truth. And here's the thing. I'm not only going to tell you the ugly truth, but I'm going to tell you ways that you can combat it, because there are things that you can do. And without even, beating around the bush, the ugly truth is it's hard and it's unfair. In this video, I'm going to talk about things you can do to make it a little bit more fair, things you can do to give yourself a chance, things you can do to make it a little less hard on you. So before I jump into it, please smash this thing for the YouTube algorithm. For whatever reason, YouTube loved me in April. They don't love me as much in May. So maybe you smashing the like button, maybe you sharing this will help with that. So without further ado, I want to jump into it. As a mortgage broker, I deal with hundreds of clients every single year. I deal with hundreds of real estate agents every single year. Day in and day out, I'm having conversations with buyers, with sellers, with buying agents, with listing agents. And here's what I'll tell you. There's no easy way to put it. It's hard. It's very hard. And for some people, it might feel near impossible. And I'll explain something to you. If you don't know, those with better credit, bigger down payments, and more money in the bank are having a lot easier time getting their offers accepted. If you've got worse credit, you're using something like an FHA loan, you've only got your 3 or your 3.5 or your 5% down, you don't have money to cover an appraisal spread, I don't care what part of the country you're in, you are having a harder time. And the numbers don't lie. If you look at what's getting into contract, there's 12 to 15% cash. There's 70% conventional. And then the FHA, the VA, the USDA, the other forms of financing have little 5, 6, 8% of what's getting accepted. And part of that is to do that there's less buyers that are using those types of loan products. But to be completely honest, and I'm just sharing the honest truth, you go in and you offer the same price on the same house, but you're using an FHA loan and you're putting 3.5% down, someone else is using conventional loan putting 20% down, their offer is going to get accepted 9.9 times out of 10 versus yours. And so what I hope to do in this video is just share some tips and tricks and things you can do. You might not beat out that offer if you're neck and neck in the same price, but I'll give you a chance to at least compete. Because here's the thing, while it may be hard, I can tell you I've got FHA buyers getting accepted. I've got VA buyers getting accepted. I've got 3 and 5% down getting accepted. So it's not just 20, 30% down conventional and all cash and everyone else just has no luck. In super competitive parts of California where I operate and do most of my business up in Northern California, I can tell you we're getting offers accepted. I got one accepted today, 3% down conventional. I just closed one last week, 3.5% down FHA. I've got VA stuff in contract. So the stuff is happening. It's a little bit harder. And so I've probably touched on it in past videos, but I'll give you a real life example because it's fresh in my mind. It's literally today, the day I'm recording this video. 3% down conventional. How do you stand a chance against other offers? One of the hottest markets in my area and one of the hottest price points where for this specific neighborhood, 500,000, there is so much action. It's unbelievable, right? It's entry level for this area. What I believe won this person the offer was a combination of a great agent that communicated, that had relationships, and then a lender that was able to give the selling agent, and in turn they give their seller the warm and fuzzies. Now let me explain. No offense to Uncle Tim or Aunt Sue, but if they are not social butterflies who are moving and shaking and doing a bunch of real estate, know a bunch of agents and are able to communicate really well, you're not going to have a good chance of getting accepted. In this circumstance, the buying agent knew the listing agent. How did they? Because they're involved in real estate. They're involved in this local market. They know a bunch of agents. So when the offer went over and I was CC'd, I realized, oh gosh, I know this listing agent too. Hey, what's up? We work together at the Sacramento Association of Realtors on a volunteer committee. How's it going? Super well qualified buyer. We're going to make it to the finish line. No doubt. I've got a full file, great credit, W-2 income. It's going to be a walk in the park. Now, I've said this so many times. that imagine being a seller and getting that information from your agent. Oh yeah, I know the lender. I know the realtor too. The realtor's a great realtor. We'll make this really easy. Is not going to have ridiculous demands, understands the kind of market we're in, is going to make sure things move fast. The lender, somebody I personally know, does a good job, gets stuff to the finish line. And also a competitive offer obviously helps. But the 3% down thing didn't deter the seller from accepting the offer. And so that's what I'm telling you, is that the great agent, and I believe the great agent is at the center of it. I'm not going to take all the credit as the lender, because I honestly think the agent is probably number one. An agent that really, really understands the market, is able to communicate, and has good relationships. That is paramount. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen and heard of buyers who have made 7, 8, 10 offers, and they have no idea why they haven't got accepted. And their realtor might tell them, well, we've wrote really good offers. You've been unlucky. Well, wrote good offers according to who? If that agent hasn't had good communication and talked to the list side and found out exactly what it's going to take to get accepted, dig a little bit, and that's the thing, is in other markets where things weren't as competitive, maybe there's some realtors that have a bad reputation. They're not so nice. They're not great to work with. Well, come 2021 and the market's super hot and people are clawing at listings to get them, get their buyers accepted on it. If you were an agent who was not so nice and acting like a Karen in 2019, don't expect that agent on the sell side is put your offer right up to the front and say, oh yeah, that will be a pleasure working with you. You're a real peach. I remember you from 2019. So anyhow, I can't stress enough the importance of a great agent. Another thing that you can do is understand exactly what different scenarios look like, so that when you write your offer, you can present your best offer first. And this is something that I don't think I've talked about in past videos, but this is a huge hack, tip, whatever the heck you want to call it. People who haven't put in as many offers, and so they haven't got to the point where they're like, I really want to put my best foot forward, might make this mistake on 1 or 2 houses and then learn their lesson. If you're looking at a house and your agent says, well, I know they've got a bunch of offers and I know that it's listed at 579 and the agent told me that they've got a few already in above 600. If you're thinking like, maybe 605, maybe 610, I'd be willing to go up to 620 if they countered me. But I don't know. Talk to your lender and say, what does it look like if I offer 620? What does my loan look like? And then if it appraises at 605, what am I going to do? How much am I going to put down? Things like that. If that's what you're willing to pay, fire that off right from the start. Because inevitably what happens is you offer 605, it goes into contract at 620, and you might have had a chance for it at 620. And then you go to the next house and you're like, man, I don't want to miss out on this one. I'm going 625. And that one goes for 630. And then I have clients that are chasing their tail, right? And they wish they would have gone strong earlier, right? So put your strongest offer in first. There's not a lot of countering going on. The most sought after homes are getting multiple offers. They're getting presented. Yep, this one go, and it's over, right? And so I guess lastly, one thing I'll add to is something that I've done. People understand that when they submit an offer with 20% down, it looks super strong. I've got clients who, let's say that you're buying something for $600,000 and you've got $140,000 in the bank. So you're going to put 120 down, closing costs, setting up escrow, let's call that $10,000. So 130 cash to close. And when you write the offer, you discuss it with your agent, it's listed at 560, 570, whatever the case may be, and you're offering 600, and you write in there that no matter what it appraises at, you're going to pay 600. And through the discussions, you say, well, if it appraises at 580, I've got to make up that gap. So, hey, Matt, if I put 10% down and make up an appraisal gap, would I still qualify? Oh, sure. Yeah, you're well qualified. You could do that. And if you put 10% down plus the appraisal gap, here's your cash to close. Here's what your payment's going to be. Write your offer with 20% down. Because as long as you qualify with 10% or 15% or whatever we have to restructure it, you plan to do 20% and you could do 20%. If it appraises at 600, if it appraises light and we have to restructure with 10 or 15%, but you still qualify, I don't see that as funny business, right? I just see that as you submitting a good looking offer. And so I don't know, leave me comments. If you're an agent or you're somebody who thinks that that might be funny business for someone to submit an offer with 20% down, knowing if the appraisal comes in light, they're going to restructure with 10 or 15. As long as they qualify with 10 or 15, I don't think that's a problem. But anyhow, that's happened in the past. And we've restructured, closed the deal. No harm, no foul. So anyhow, hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I put out videos. Monday at 6 p.m., I go live. If you're outside of California and need a referral, greatmortgagebroker.com. If you're inside of California, hit me up, Matt@mattthemortgageguy.com. Thanks for watching.